What's up, everybody? Solo here, and today we're going to talk about jobs that or roles I want to see in 8.0s, and they're gonna be somewhat fun to do, nothing to take serious. It's just a quick video for me to put out there. I'll probably make a whole different video, but that one video take time. It's fully edited. I can't wait to show you guys. It's only like a minute, but anyway, that's besides the point. We're gonna talk about that later. But anyway. So, what jobs we're going to talk about, we're going to have in 8.0. We got to look at the history of Final Fantasy. We're not going to look at 1.x, we're going to look at 2.x. So, when 2.x got introduced, they introduced a magical range and a healer. And you can't forget about 2.4 with 2.4 with Ninja. I remember that very clearly. Like, I used to make manga, I got replaced. Then in Heaven's Ward, they introduced a tank, a physical range, and a healer, which is Dark Knight, Machinist, and Astrologian, or you call it Astrologian. I call it Astrologian. And 4.0, they introduced, sorry, my throat killing me. 4.0, they introduced a melee DPS and a magical range DPS. And in 4.5, they introduced a limited job blue mage. I mean, we're not going to talk about limited job at the moment. But at 5.0, and this may be a very important one, a tank and the physical range DPS. I say, remember, keep that in mind. And 6.0, we had melee DPS and a healer. Then next expansion after that is another melee and a magical DPS. And like, we didn't have another magical DPS since 4.0, right? So this current expansion, we have Pictomancer, and we got a Viper, and 6.0 we got a Reaper and a Sage. Then on a Shadowbringer we got Gunbreaker and Dancer. So why did I say keep in mind with the 5.0 Shadowbringers? They like to do a pattern. What I mean like they do a pattern, they like to give a equal stand on like how many jobs that you could play. Like at the moment, I believe you have only 3 physical range DPS we could play. Now we can't say in magical DPS we have 3. We actually have 4 because of the current expansion. So only thing I can really speculate is, in my opinion, I think physical DPS is guaranteed. Now this is going to go off the curve. They're gonna go off the topic of like what type of what type is gonna be supportive. Is it gonna be all damage? And oh my god, I want to make a whole video about this, about how I feel about support jobs in the game. But I might have to make a video about that. But that's besides the point. So, in my opinion, I think it'll be copy what Shadowbringers did, which is going to have a new tank and a physical DPS, and what type of role I want to see as a tank. Now, people are going to be like, "Wow, like what the heck, Solo? What are you talking about?" and stuff. I'm like, "Hey, this is my speculation. This is just something for fun. I ain't gonna lie, I want Geomancer in the game so bad, but I don't think we're gonna see that anytime soon. I hope they don't make that limited job." But anyway, that'd be kind of interesting. So what type of physical range DPS do I want to see in Final Fantasy 14? Now, I actually want to see. Oh boy, people gonna hate me. Remember the game Blitzball? Sorry, I'm typing in stuff while I'm while I'm doing stuff. Remember Blitzball? And Waka had That I want a Blitzball job. To be honest, I would have a Blitzball job over over a DPS role. I think that'd be kind of. I'm not DPS, but I would have a Blitzball job, a physical range Blitzball job as a job, than have a mini game that I want to freaking suffer through. I'm not a huge fan of 5x10 mini game Blitzball. I hate it. I only did it once and avoided all costs, but to get Wako Ultimate Weapon, you gotta do Blitzball. I think this expansion kind of missed that opportunity. I know this, spoiler alert, they try to get crowd a highlight of the expansion, but in my opinion, they did very poorly. And I think like they said, it's gonna be summer theme type expansion. I think they missed the mark in not adding a Blitzball job in the game, since you have to do summer theme. I think I do like Picto, but I think I think they need to. I don't think they need to do this, but I'd be kind of cool if they do this. Sorry, hear me clicking a lot. I'm just clicking through stuff. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get everything sorted out while I'm talking about this. Now, what type of tank would I want to see in Final 14 and that's expansion? If that's true. Once again, guys, we don't know what we're getting in that expansion. Everything's speculation. To me, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to have a full-fledged hammer job as a tank. It'd be kind of cool to have Rune Fencer, but I mostly want that as a DPS. Just say if Rune Fencer come as a tank in Final 14, that'd be kind of interesting. I think that'd be kind of cool. Who knows? Probably they're gonna have a Masco DPS, Masco job in the game. That'd be kind of cool. Or we could look at this one content. I can't pronounce the name, but I call it Crescent. I hope I say that right. Probably they teasing the job in front of our face. Maybe they gonna say screw it. We're gonna go back with the old. We can go back with the OG type job. Like who knows? They might. Well, we can't add Berserker because Berserker is a warrior. Who knows? They might add freaking Mythic Knight as a job in Final 14 as a tank. Who knows? They might get rid of the class system and say, okay, we got rid of the class system, so we're gonna actually use the job we used to have the class called gladiating into a real job. That'd be kind of cool. They actually did that. So that'd be kind of neat. They actually done that. But I just want to let you guys know this is actually a fun video that I won't. But like, I ain't gonna lie. Like if they could get me my favorite job, which is Rune Fencer, I did hear somebody say they might do another Masco DPS and a tank because like Final Fantasy 11 24-man raid. Oh look, you got Rune Fencer and Geo. I ain't gonna complain if I get both of those jobs, to be honest, guys. I just want to touch my Rune Fencer and see how it would feel in Final 14. Now, it's a lot of people speculating. It'd be kind of cool to have those type of jobs, but I would say this for sure that I'm kind of worried that everything is, how to say it. Let's say they add a physical range support job. Let's say add another one. They gotta do it right, because like, every time the only job that actually feels supportive to me, is my opinion, is dancer, because I actually feel like I'm doing something. Bar, I just feel like I just doing damage. But anyway, that's a whole different video. But like I said, guys, this is a video just for fun. So what your guys' opinion about Final 14? And put the phone on my lap, being my vibrate, order some coffee. What you guys thoughts on Final 14? That job, you mind me asking? Because we already got Paladin, we already got Monk. I mean, we could talk about Thief, but like that's a rogue. Like Berserker pretty much is warrior. I want Ranger in the game. Who knows? We might even have a instead of the Blitzball job, whatever. We could have Ranger back in the game. I think they could do that. They could add Chemist. I heard a history they trying to add Chemist in the game back in the day. But Chemist is most likely going to be a healer if you got introduced in the game fully. Geomancer, a magical DPS, maybe, probably. You could change whatever you want to do in that. Probably they're going to update the role system. That'd be kind of cool. Oracle, I know nothing about Oracle. Cannoneer, Mr. Knight. Like Mr. Knight, freaking Viking. Oh yeah, Viking used to be a job, I think, in Final Fantasy V. So we could actually have that in the game. But just imagine dual axis tank. I actually would love that. But I'm thinking they're gonna do a tank and a physical range. But like I said, if they only do one job, I won't complain. If they do no job and they explain why, okay, we gotta make sure that every job feel different. Like for instance, like tanks. Oh my goodness. Okay, tanks. I have a huge complaint about tanks. Like for instance, Dark Knight. To me, like ever since, I hate to say it, Shadowbringers, I feel like more of a knight than Dark Knight. I mean, I'm just gonna say it right there. But anyway, guys, this actually, I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna get ready for stream. Sorry for the late post. I meant to do this on Saturday, but I've been very busy with trying to do streaming and stuff more often, and I had to help my family with a lot of stuff. So my apology for a late video. I promise you guys the next video gonna be up before I go to work on tomorrow technically, but it's gonna be fun. And I will be uploading my gameplay video because on my computer for a long time. I'm trying to get those out the way. And yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a tank and a physical range. If they say, "Oh no, we're doing a physical range," and top of that, we're gonna do a healer, I'm like, "All right, screw it, go ahead, whatever, do what you gotta do." But one thing I want to say before I go, Final 14 like to take something from a game, let's say for Gunbreak, for Final Fantasy VIII, and give it a name. Because like Final Fantasy VIII, when you use a gunblade, only thing I know about they a gunblade user, but they never gave them a name. Or like Final Fantasy 9, like when Zidane, I could call him Zidane, but Zidane with his weapons, like only thing I know he's a thief, whatever, right? But they said, "Oh no, we gonna call it the Viper or whatever." Alright, cool, no problem. Or like, you know what, we're gonna end it right there. I could keep on, continue on. But anyway, like Sage, I think 514 did Sage very well in my opinion. A healer that could heal you while they doing damage. Like, I think that's actually very good. Sorry for me talking. I love talking about job in the Final Fantasy game I play, or any game I play that actually do it right. And one thing I'm gonna pray on, I hope when they do this job identity thing, they bring back the old Dark Knight. That's what I'm hoping. But if they do that, oh, I love that show White Mage on the screen right now. They gotta get rid of or do something with the stuns with White Mage, because I'm on 3.0, 3.x. I believe in 4.x. I don't remember it being so long. I know 3.x. I hated White Mage as Dark Knight because like when you use blood, like a blood price, that like if you get hit, you get MP back, and when White Mage stun, it's the worst. It's the worst. Or they could just redo that and just, if you get hit, you get MP, but if you don't get hit, you get like an MP region, whatever. But anyway, I'm sorry, I just missed my old Dark Knight. Enough of this guy rambling. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me. Good to be back. I'm going to try to make more free time. I know I said I'm going to make a video before I go to work. I promise. It's going to be like, I think like a regular gameplay video. But anyway, take care. See you guys next time. And stay safe. And yeah, guys, see you guys next time.